How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch, too.
There's the whistle.
This game could flip on just how well Trent Alexander-Arnold can combine with his attack. I mean, so much depends on his ability to deliver absolute quality.
And he started his career in central midfield, of course.
Yeah, a position some say he should go back to accommodate the fact that he is always in the opposition half, something that has been experimentally done with varying degrees.
Decent chance! Stefan on goal.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
And it's hoisted clear. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
That's really well manoeuvred. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. He's shifting through the gears here. Played into the middle. Rudiger attempts a clearance. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Mbappe. So what can they make of this? Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. Oh no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one.
Well, you can't ask for much better than that, Peter. Bang, bang, two in double quick time.
Marcos Alonso. Zaragoza. Zaragoza played into space. Howson with the clearance. Ilaix Moriba. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Tries to get it clear. And it's Marcos Alonso. Oh, that's nice. He likes Moriba. Alexander-Arnold. Chouameni. Goulet. Rudiger. Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. Tries a measured ball. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Mbappe. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. Lobbed in behind. And he's there to clear it. And reclaimed it in a trice. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Clears it away. Bellingham, and the finish! He wasn't that far away.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Marcos Alonso. Zaragoza. Valverde. Bellingham. Oh, good spread. And that could set him on his way. Short changes him with that pass. Goulet. Valverde. Rudiger. And it's played forward. Ooh, delicate chip through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Played out to the right. Oh, such a clever touch. Aspas. Played back in. Ilaix Moriba. Goulet shifted upfield. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's away! Vinicius Junior!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Vinicius Junior. Muscular approach does pay off here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Zaragoza is onto it in a flash. Valverde. Goulet. Rudiger. Moved on forwards. Chouameni, aim forwards. decent progress down the left. Vinicius Junior's cross. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance already. Well played, important challenge that. Marcos Alonso moves short, hit into the middle, and it's hoisted clear. Oh, that's a nice ball. Oh, not quite on the same wavelength. Rudiger, gently done. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Mbappe. Referee has just said play on. Over to the left. Cleared away. And it's Marcos Alonso. That's tidy. Zaragoza. Marcos Alonso has it in a wide position. Zaragoza. Belling. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold climbs up big! Couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Spread out to the left. Zaragoza chasing after it. He likes Moriba. That's really well manoeuvred. That's the throw. Mbappe. Nice physical challenge. He likes Moriba. Moved on forwards. Now it's Aspas. Chouameni, aim forwards. Howson shifted upfield. And it's played forward. Vinicius Junior is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Vinicius Junior. Very nicely done. Valverde! He's done very well to get to that.
Valverde clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Been taken short. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. That has been knocked clear. Cross, there could be danger here. Tries to get it clear. Oh, they could break here. Marcos Alonso.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Vinicius Junior looking for a runner. It's come to nothing. Marcos Alonso, forwards and with intent. Zaragoza looking for options. Bellingham. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Bellingham, clipped into space. That has been knocked clear. Iago Aspas. Vinicius Junior. Bellingham. Could move up a gear here. Marcos Alonso. He likes Moriba. Aim forwards. Iago Aspas looks to get on the end of this. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. He has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Time and again they are repelled. And that's a throw. He likes Moriba. Marcos Alonso, and he goes cross-field. It's a throw-in. Vinicius Junior. Rudiger. Goulet head over towards the opposite flank. That's been won straight back. Now it's Mbappe, and the shot's on here. Valverde, deftly away. Do have a chance to counter here. And it's Aspas. Bellingham. Out to the left it goes. Mbappe, always onto this. Oh, smashing header! Oh, it's come loose. Can he stop it going out? Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Mighty effort! And it's hoisted clear. That's really well manoeuvred. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Zaragoza. Iago Aspas. Tchouaméni, gently done. Bellingham. And here's Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Up he goes!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Lofted upfield, calmly anticipates. Moved on forwards. And that has been clubbed away. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Zaragoza tries to think it through. Perfectly. Shot a goal! It's in! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, most of those go high and wide because of their difficulty. He made it look like he does it every day.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this one always did feel hard to predict, and that's exactly how it looks like turning out.
And it's Valverde. Goulet. Valverde played out towards the right wing. Back into the middle. That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Zaragoza. Aspas. Alexander-Arnold did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Vinicius Junior. Played towards the other side. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Picks it up out wide. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. He is just caressing the ball. He can get that clear. Bellingham. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Iago Aspas. Ilaix Moriba. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Howson. Now it's Mbappe. Over to the left. That looks a header! Oh, taken with style. Into the lead once more. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Bellingham demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Iago Aspas. Aim forwards. And here's Aspas. Aspas. Real chance! Oh, Good effort, he got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Tchouaméni, gently done. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe played out to the left flank. That's very neat. He's having a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, what a climb! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Alexander-Arnold. He likes Moriba. Marcos Alonso chooses to go cross-field. Vinicius Junior. Howson looks to the other side. Alexander-Arnold is onto it in a flash. Gets it away. Zaragoza is fouled. And it's played forward. Tchouaméni approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Oh, sweet feet. And here's Valverde. Alexander-Arnold, and he goes cross-field. Goulart played with finesse. There's the shot! Goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
You've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact, and sheer class.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And it's Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. Moved on forwards. Oh, he's in! Vinicius Junior! That's got him rattled. Zaragoza. Rudiger. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Mbappe. Out to the right. Aimed in towards the centre. Aim forwards. And here's Bellingham. And can he finish it? He's in, surely! Bellingham! It's anyone's ball now. Harrison with the short one. And it's going to be another corner. They've played it short. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's played forward. Rudiger. Alexander-Arnold. Rudiger. Howson moved on forwards. Swept in. Nice interception, well timed. And it's Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Oh, lovely feet, he is such a good mover. And here's Vinicius Junior. And the shot! More pressure on the opposition goal.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
That's really well manoeuvred. Zaragoza. Oh, it's come loose. Chouameni. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Valverde, too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Marcos Alonso. Aim forwards. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And it's Aspas. Thiago Aspas. Oh, good spread. Alexander-Arnold is there, and he can get that clear. Thiago Aspas, and he's gone backward here. Vinicius Junior. And the first 45 minutes are up.
The own goal was symptomatic of their first half performance. They're not at it.
There's the start of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, question that's a foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. That's really well cleared. Ball is over the line. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. He likes Moriba. Aspas. Up he goes! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Rudiger, gently done. He likes Moriba, spread out to the left, and it's Marcos Alonso. Played out to the right, steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Vinicius Junior. Goulet. Rudiger shifted upfield. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold chooses to go cross-field. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Zaragoza. Great foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso, he is through here! And that was very necessary. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. Howson. Rudiger. Moved on forwards. Referee's given a throw. Chouameni. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior goes on a run down the left wing. In by Vinicius Junior. The keeper gets his hands on it. Marcos Alonso. He likes Moriba. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Proves too strong. Over to the left. And it's Marcos Alonso.
I think those reactions say it all. He didn't wait for the support and the chances gone a-begging.
Howson. Rudiger. Rudiger forwards and with intent. Aspas. Valverde. Goulet. That's really well manoeuvred. Vinicius Junior. Showing good feet. Succumbs to the pressure. And it's played forward. Howson gets across to intercept that. Rudiger. Goulet. Goulet shifted upfield. And it's Bellingham. He could be in here. Bellingham. Oh, good spread. Alex, and the shots! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Bullish header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
That's really well manoeuvred. Played towards the other side. Zaragoza. He likes Moriba. And here's Aspas. That is a brilliant interception. And he's there to get it away. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. He's having a go, and the ball's come loose here. Cross in, looks like a good one. Bellingham, out to the right. And a chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bellingham. Zaragoza, who's set up one goal so far. Marcos Alonso, played over towards the opposite flank. Aspas. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Rudiger. Quick ball upfield. Bellingham is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Bellingham. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Alexander-Arnold. Howson. Aim forwards. Moved on forwards. Vinicius Junior hangs one in. Howson have it back and can go again. That's a nicely weighted pass. Alexander-Arnold climbs up big! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Bellingham is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Zaragoza looks to get on the end of this. That'll be a throw. Alexander-Arnold. Howson, gently done. Vinicius Junior. And here's Bellingham, and he shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Effort! Hit with his head, but couldn't steer it in. It's really well manoeuvred. Aim forwards. Chouameni, what's a cute ball. Crunching tackle. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Get a throw in. Bellingham. Now who's going to be first to this? Bellingham with 2 goals already to his name. Alexander-Arnold. Goulet. Rudiger looks to the other side. Howson. And it's played forward. Cuts out the pass. And it's Aspas. Lovely feet. Looking for a decent ball in. And he's got his cross in. And that has been cleared. He's had a shot!
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Vinicius Junior. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Marcos Alonso. Played towards the other side. Ilaix Moriba. Tchouameni does really well to win the ball there. Valverde forwards and with intent. Wins the duel this time. And here's Aspas. Thinks one through. Great chance! Zaragoza. Marcos Alonso, and he goes cross-field. And here's Aspas. Takes the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Rudiger shifted upfield. Now it's Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. And here's Mbappe. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. And he's there to clear it. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Out to the left it goes. Ilaix Moriba. Moriba. He's beaten Moriba! And yes, it's there! Back to within one. Interesting. Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now. All of a sudden, this one's totally up for grabs.
And it's Valverde. Valverde! Cross deflected behind for a corner. Got rid. It's a great, takes a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Howson plays it short. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
The pressing's intense, and it's played off. Defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Marcos Alonso chooses to go cross-field. Aspas. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Marcos Alonso. Oh, it's played into the area. ball. Here's a corner. Mbappe, played out towards the right wing. Valverde. That is lovely. Bellingham, and here's Bellingham. Oh, well played, he needed to get that right. Marcos Alonso, aim forwards. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
Alexander-Arnold making good progress on the right-hand side. Valverde. And here's Mbappe. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold plays it in.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Zaragoza. Marcos Alonso. Spread out to the left. Zaragoza. Zaragoza's cross. Bellingham getting this one clear.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Alexander-Arnold looking to hit the byline here. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Chance!
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Howson gets over and intercepts. And here's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe! And that would have been game, set and match.
Mbappe really can't believe it. He let the opposition off the hook there, and he knows it all too well.
Moved on forwards. And it's Mingueza. And it's played forward.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Valverde, and here's Bellingham, and here's Mbappe. Nice control. Vinicius Junior tries a shot! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Vinicius Junior really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Oh, smashing header! It's in! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat. Zaragoza. Chouameni producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe! Oh, nice touch. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Mingueza. Over to the left. Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. Chouameni. Aim forwards. And here's Mbappe. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Vinicius Junior. Valverde. And that's a good ball. Marcos Alonso. He likes Moriba. Moved on forwards. Mingueza is onto it in a flash. Valverde played out to the left flank. And it's played forward. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Strong running down that left flank. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Dealt with nicely by the defence. That's a good... Can he finish? Howson with the short one. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Marcos Alonso tries to clear. Oh, what a climb! He's missed, but not by that far.
Chouameni certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. Iago Aspas, forwards and with intent. Rudiger. Goulet. Vinicius Junior. Rudiger. Forward it goes. No, he's just misjudged that one. Oscar Mingueza. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bellingham! Great build-up, it all deserved a better ending.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Valverde, shot, surely! Vinicius Junior played in, and he's heaved it away. Howson keeps on running, firmly met. That's going to go a long way. What a throw in. Thiago Aspas. Vinicius Junior, done delicately. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Aim forwards, and it's Mingueza. Moved on forwards. Alexander-Arnold makes the interception. 4 extra minutes added on. And it's played forward. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold charging forward down that flank. Valverde opts to play. Oh, shooting chance! Valverde. And that has sent him sprawling. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
Yeah, in truth there, it was carelessness and I think a little touch of panic, Peter, in that challenge. That usually leads to something unwanted.
You like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, they're very much the better team.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. Marcos Alonso. Out to the right. That's good play. Defending of the desperate variety. Chance to play it in. Oh, clearance is short. In again. And there goes the final whistle. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness and it was weak throughout.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.
Se